Pep 0-4 on the pole with Scott Bloomquist outside. Row 2, 42, Todd Andrews, the 3S of Rusty Seitz. 83, Scott Rhodes and Jack Boggs starting 6th in the B4. Then the 48 of Johnny Johnson, the 72 of John Mason. 99, Ben Miley. 75, Don Gross. The 8 of Russ Colasar. 28, Duke Pratt. And also scheduled to start the 3 of Bob DiGiulio, who may have scratched after being involved in a wreck here this afternoon in practice. We will look for the green the next time by. Doug Dodd, who drove the wheels off this 0-4 here in July in the Penn National 100, led it for a long stretch, only to finish 3rd that night. Has got the only 3-time winner of the Pittsburgher 100, Scott Bloomquist, starting alongside in the 18. Pace vehicles, the Calusi Chevy Monte Carlo. Into the pits, and here we go. They bunch up in 3 and 4. On the gas, they come off the 4th turn. The green is out. Dodd and Bloomquist down the front straightaway, and Todd Andrews in the 42 dives to the inside into turn number 1. Andrews moves to 2nd. Look out! Johnny Johnson hard into the outside wall in car 48. Caution is out. Turn 1, Johnny Johnson in car 48. Backed her into the outside wall. Caution on the speedway. Look out, Todd Andrews.
Oh, look at the fire trucks out there. Look at that. See, they can't. About the truck.
Or should say was is right. They will need at least a rear clip and maybe more. Here we go. Wait. Uh-oh. Pushing and shoving over in 3 and 4, and the green comes out as they come off the 4th turn. Scott Bloomquist takes the lead this time. Andrews trying to move to 2nd. Dodd on the outside in the 0-4 down the backstretch. Behind them, it's Jack Boggs in the B4 and Rusty Seitz in the 3S. Bloomquist leads. Andrews moves to 2nd. Dodd is now 3rd, Boggs 4th, Rusty Seitz running 5th. Then Scott Rhodes and John Mason, Ben Miley, Don Gross, Russ Colasar, and Duke Pratt. Jack Boggs now putting the pressure on the 0-4 of Doug Dodd for 3rd, the final transfer spot. As Bloomquist starts to march away in the 18. Bloomquist 20.11 that lap. Not as fast as the first 2 heats. See if his lap times improve. His lead is growing. Todd Andrews still 2nd, and Doug Dodd trying to hold on to 3rd. Consistent 20.11 that lap for Scott Bloomquist.
You can tell those wreckers turn their safety lights up when they're done with this. That could cause a problem.
Tell the wreckers to turn their safety lights off.
10 laps to go. 10 laps to go. Dodd goes high in turn 2, and Jack Boggs makes the pass for 3rd. Doug Dodd slipped just a tad high in that 2nd turn.
Down the corner, yellow like he has on.
Russ Colasar in the 8 car, close to the wall off the second turn. Duke Pratt gets by in the 28 as Bloomquist extends the lead to a half a straightaway. He enters turn number 3. Halfway, 7 laps to go, 7 laps remaining. Russ Colasar appears headed for the pits in car number 8. Jack Boggs closing in on the second place car of Todd Andrews with 5 laps to go. Boggs starting to pick up the pace. The Miller Brothers Construction Chevy Baird Gate Company B4 is on the fly. Scott Bloomquist continues to lead Todd Andrews, the Cowan Truck Line 42 in second, and trying to ward off the challenges of Jack Boggs. 4 laps to go. To go, 2 to go. Todd Andrews now starting to open up a little daylight between himself and Jack Boggs. Boggs had gotten close to him a few laps earlier. And Rusty Seitz, the latest casualty of the first turn wall. He ends up clear over in turn 2 in car 3S. Caution is out. Bad September. He started the month at the Hillbilly 100, destroying a car down at Pennsboro, and ends up here into the wall. Looks like he may be able to drive the car. At least he backs it off the wall. Racing fan of the Parkway Center Mall atop Green Tree Hill. They've got NASCAR, NHRA, and all kinds of racing apparel and items. That's the Racing Fan right next to Kmart in the Parkway Center Mall. That's on series in the +1 after his big win last week at Motordrome in the United States Asphalt Challenge, one of more than 30 UMP modifieds in the pits here this afternoon. For the York Triathlon Series, Mike Lazikowski, who handles the publicity at the Tri-City Speedway and publishes the Oval Track Annual, right now is the man with 2 laps to go. He had built up a pretty nice lead right before the caution. See what's happened in that race for second. Andrews had slowed there for a while, and Boggs was right behind him. Then Todd started to pull away before the caution. See if the caution hurts or helps either of those two. We're back on the gas with 2 to go in this third heat. And look at Doug Dodd in the 04, slip under Boggs and take third. Dodd into third. Boggs tries to return the favor in turn 2. They're side by side. Contact, rubbing wheels off at 2. Dodd holds on to the spot. Coming around for the white flag, 1 lap to go. Bloomquist leads, Andrews second, Dodd third, and Boggs with that right rear quarter panel bent in 4th. Down the backstretch, the J&J Steel Delta Truck Line 18, Mooresburg, Tennessee, Scott Bloomquist. Off the 4th turn, checkered flag is waving. Bloomquist, your winner. Andrews second, and Dodd takes third. Boggs ends up 4th, Mason 5th, Rhodes 6th, and Miley Gross and Duke Pratt. Wow, Doug Dodd
18.
able to get going on that restart and taking the final transfer spot in car 04. Todd Andrews in the 42 second, and your winner, the 18 of Scott Bloomquist. Heat race number 4. 32, Scott Hartley on the pole. 2J, Mike Johnson outside. The 4 of Ed Ferree. The E1 of Mike Balzano. 5, Lou Bradish. And the 3 of Matt Sherlock. T8, Mark Banal. The 10 of Gary Lyle. The 11 of Chris Connors. 75, Dale Fuller. 76, Dave Wade. And the 15 of Shane Biggle. Heat race number 4 of 5. Here we go. Scott Hartley in the 32. Mike Johnson in the 2J, your front row. Looking for the green flag here as they come into turn number 4. And heat race number 4 is underway. Coming off the corner, Johnson takes the lead. Johnson leads. Hartley runs second. Balzano quickly to third. Ferree slips to fourth. Bradish is fifth. Mike Johnson, the Tony Del Amico, Imperial Hoist Chem Oil, 2J out in front with Scott Hartley second. And Mike Balzano still third, Ferree a close fourth. Three laps down, it's still Johnson. Hartley, Balzano, Ferree, Bradish, and Banal. Mike Johnson pulling away here. .49 the lap for Johnson, 20.49. Halfway, 7 laps to go. Balzano's still in that final transfer spot, runs third in the E1. Ferree in the 4 has not been able to draw any closer. Now 5, Lou Bradish pressuring Ferree for fourth off the second turn. Ferree will hold him off. To go. Mike Johnson from just down the road at Imperial, trying to snare the 10th starting spot for tomorrow's Pittsburgher 100. Scott Hartley quietly sitting in the second spot in car 32 after starting on the pole. Mike Johnson trying to lap the 76 car of Dave Wade. He does down the back stretch. Two laps to go. Ferree now is closing there on Balzano. For a moment anyway, but he's loose down the front chute. Ferree trying to give it his all as Balzano sits in third, the E1. Balzano goes in low, lap car in his path, Ferree right on his bumper, 1 lap to go. Final lap, Ferree going for it here on the outside. He gets up high though in turn 2, he may lose a spot. Lou Bradish in the 5, Johnson is slow too, Scott Hartley right behind your leader all of a sudden. Lots happening here on the final lap. Johnson will hang on for the win, Hartley second, and Balzano will take third. Mike Johnson picks up the win. He'll start 10th tomorrow in the Pittsburgher 100 after picking up our 4th heat race win. Scott Hartley's second, and Mike Balzano takes the final transfer spot in third. Ed Ferree, even though he doesn't transfer through the heats, will be the top point man, our top Saturday night point man who failed to qualify. So Ferree will move into the Pittsburgher 100
E1. 4.
as the top Saturday night point man who fails to qualify through the heat.
3.
Ed Ferree.
5B.
Yeah, because we have Ronnie Jones in 5.
Okay, 5B. I'm sorry. 3. 75F.
Final heat race to be followed by the Iski Racing Cam's Fast Dash. Gary Stuhler on the pole in the 19. Bob Salafi outside the front row, the RG3. 75, Bart Hartman in 12, Rick Auckland. 79, B.A. Malquit in 8, Dennis Curry. 1W Bob Waring Sr., 14, Gary Dalton. 12, Courtney Clewell. 15, Tom Erickson. 1Z, Jim Zarin, and the 03 of Chevy Scott. Ferree, by being the first provisional, will start 32nd tomorrow. Green is out. Oh, look at Rick Auckland sideways in the middle of turn 4, but he steers out of it. They are slipping and sliding here on the start. Stuhler leads. Salafi second. Hartman a close third as they head down the backstretch. Auckland runs fourth. Then Malquit, Waring on the move on the outside. Bob Waring Sr. trying to get it done up high. That has not been the quick way here in the heats, but he's given it his best effort. He left the door open on the inside, and Dennis Curry in the 8 is right there as they run side by side down the backstretch. Stuhler opening up a big lead here. Stuhler turning that lap at 20.33 seconds. Bob Waring continues to pressure B.A. Malquit for 5th. Malquit holds him off down the backstretch. laps remaining, 10 to go. Bart Hartman continues to pressure Bob Salathe for second. Hartman right there behind him. Auckland back a few car lengths in fourth in the 12. Bart Hartman pushing a little high coming off of 4, trying to keep his momentum up. Auckland closing in a bit on Hartman. So second, third, and fourth tightening up here as we approach the halfway point. Hartman right there behind Salathe, and now Auckland right behind Hartman. Malquit still fifth, Waring running sixth. Hartman up high off of 4, and here comes Rick Auckland. Side by side for third into turn number 1. Hartman will hold him off. Hartman's car pushing terribly coming off the corners, but he's still third. Dives low on Salathe into 3. 5 laps to go. Gary Stuhler leading by a straightaway. Hartman takes it in high on the outside into turn number 1. He's trying to make the pass for second off of 2. The Bartman takes the high road to second. Salathe now third, and Auckland will take up the chase there. Look at Hartman pull away from Salathe. Gary Stuhler approaching the 03 of Chevy. Scott about to lap him with 3 laps to go. Wow. Scott sliding right up the racetrack, and Stuhler, the quick reflexes, dives low to get by into turn 1. I'll tell you who's flying. It's Bart Hartman. He is really moving. The 75 car is flying. 2 laps to go. He has made up major ground on race leader Gary Stuhler. White flag. 1 lap to go. The Duran paints and wall coverings 19 from Greencastle, Pennsylvania. The 5th heat to Gary Stuhler. Bart Hartman second, and Bob Salathe, the final transfer slot, in third.
Okay, what's this 1C? What number is he?
1C.
1C.